Hello, welcome to MHD Live. My name is Stacy Broughton. I'm going to give you a little bit of information on my background and where I come from and how I got into hairdressing. I was helping my brother out in a salon in Leeds, probably around about 1974, which is a long time ago. And there was a lady there called Angela, and she recommended me to go to Vidal Sassoons in Leeds. Well, I knew nothing about fashion, I knew nothing about hair, or who this person Vidal was. I walked into the salon and asked to speak to the manager, which was Nigel Boswell, and he interviewed me there and then, and I started work there 2 weeks later. When I was training in Sassoons, I had various people looking after me. There was Jill Daly, she was great and very supportive of me, and she became the manager of that salon. There's a guy called John Bagnall, was one of the key people in educating me, and Russell Eaton, plus various other people. From there I did a final test, and that was in London, and that was done by Darryl Benson. Then I became a stylist. I was desperate to get into education, but at that time I needed experience, because the experience is what you pass on to others. But I started travelling not long after being a stylist, and my first trips were to Italy. And a guy called H. Peters, who was the art director in London, he looked after me on a lot of these trips. And from there, I travelled to the rest of the world to show Vidal Sassoon techniques and trends and fashion. And one of the guys that was with me was Christian Gardner, who's an amazing, extraordinary colourist. And from this, I grew in Sassoons. I became an art director. I worked with Tim. Tim was in the barbershop at that time when I was training. He became art director of the salon. I became his assistant art director, and gradually Tim went to London. I stayed in Leeds, became the art director there. And then eventually I needed to branch out and spread my wings, and I left Sassoons. I went to live in Hong Kong. It was a place I'd always wanted to go. So I spent, I don't know, 3 or 4 years out that side of the world, and I was with a girl called Jules Chan. She was my partner. We were together for many years, and we set up a school there. We had a great time in Hong Kong and in Asia, educating people and experience the culture and the lifestyle. So I came back from Asia and rejoined Vidal Sassoons, and that was in London this time, so I was permanently in London. And I was in the salon, and gradually I got addicted to the whole thing about education and wanted just to be in education all the time. But I became a very busy stylist, then got promoted to be art director again, and then senior art director. So it was very difficult to get out of the salon because I was so busy. When you start out in hairdressing, one of the main things to try and understand and develop is the foundation work. You don't necessarily have to be a master of it, but you have to understand it and how it works, because that'll teach you the mechanics of doing hair. Also, when you're younger, you need to develop your skills on how you communicate with people and your attitude with people and how you keep your time. How do you manage what you do? And how do you organise things? There's all these little things that help you become a successful stylist. For example, consultancy is very important. So when I was younger and I was in a salon and I was always behind time. So one day I was super busy, loads of clients there, and I had a quick break, 2 minutes, came back downstairs, and this lady came in. She had hair down here, super long. I think she had a little bit of a fringe. And I went away, she got shampooed, came back to her, and I gave her a beautiful short haircut. And I showed her the back with a mirror, and she said to me, "Yeah, it's great, I really like it, but but you do realise I only wanted a trim. So time management is very important because I misread the consultancy. I was instrumental in a lot of collections within Vidal Sassoon. This is only due to hard work, and eventually they moved me into the Advanced Academy, and that was thanks to Simon Ellis. So the journey in the Advanced Academy was to explore new boundaries, new area in hairdressing, but we need to still embrace suitability and style. These are paramount to making something look great. From that, I really got into production, such as filming, and we developed our own filming techniques, and that is where I started working with a fella called Gilbert. So it's great to be working with Andy, so we developed our editing skills and filming skills together. But what was fantastic about this was that Tim Hartley pushed our skills and our creativity, but we were so passionate and he knew that. So Tim was really behind building a team that was hairdressers that became something extra. So we're encompassing photography and video. So what was great about the Advanced Academy is that we were exploring new areas, we were increasing our skills. Yeah, in the very early days we could really see a great value in moving image, and we managed to push Tim and Philip into letting us hire particular equipment such as tracking and also overhead cameras, using cameras at different angles, and also we experimented more with lighting. We started to introduce keener flows, which is a particular style of lighting. We reduced the power on the HMI lighting, and we started to create more atmosphere with our filming. We were trying to create detail so that the information you got when you watched a video was better and better. So as hairdressers, we could add great value, and what this did, it helped product development. The product development was very important, and the product development to me was the videos that we were doing. So as we've progressed now with myhairdressers.com, the filming is even more detailed. And even when we began My Hairdressers 5 years ago, the filming then was really good, but when we look at it now, we can see how much we've changed and developed, and the skills of editing, the skills of filming, lighting, photography, everything is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So life is basically a development, and you have to keep searching for new boundaries, because people say if you keep doing the same thing, you get the same results. So we're always looking for new things and developing skills in ourselves and in others. One other element that we used to talk about, especially I used to talk this with Simon Ellis, and that was for live streaming. And it was something that was not possible at that time because of cost and facilities and equipment, but it was something that we always dreamed of. As part of the creative team in Vidal Sassoon Advanced Academy, we used to travel extensively. This was to actually market Vidal Sassoon, which was about detailing, suitability and style. Some of them were big shows, to thousands of people. Some of them were smaller shows and more intimate. When travelling, I learnt about demographic, cultures, economies, hair type, face shapes, body shapes, all these elements which make us into great hairdressers. So from this, I developed specific skills to help these people in these countries with their needs. Education is a human right, and it's something we all need to develop ourselves. And that was part of linking to myhairdressers.com, because one of the main things that we wanted to do was provide education for everybody in the world at an affordable price, to increase their turnover so they can make more money, so they can afford more education, so they can move ahead in their lives. One of the main ingredients, and that was passion and love for doing hairdressing. So if you're new to the industry and you want to take up the profession of being a hairdresser, I think one of the most important things that you need to do is be observant and listen to everything that people tell you and just absorb everything that you can. Question only when the time is ready. So if, for example, when you're studying your foundation work, you need to get information from the people that are educating you. That is when you need to question, but you need to be specific with your needs. You need to start at the bottom and work to the top, and it takes time. Education, you should enjoy the journey. It's not a fast journey, it's a slow journey. And if you do it slowly, you'll absorb more and you'll advance quicker. Repetition is the key to doing something well. Planning is the key to good education. So when you're young and you're starting out, make sure you record everything that you do. I learn from everybody that I come into contact with, be it an assistant or a senior creative director, whoever it is, I always learn from them. This has given me the opportunity to be instrumental in photo shoots, video shoots, shows and education around the world. The hairdressing industry is extensive and it will take you on many journeys that you will not expect. As you go through your career, you need to keep yourself fresh. And how I keep myself fresh is that I do many other tasks, such as photography I'm going back into. I really enjoy that. I enjoy working with particular people in the video industry, Gilbert. I also enjoy kite surfing. That's one of my main passions. And by having these things, it makes me enjoy what I do more in hairdressing. And I'm always searching for new things. I'm always watching what other people do and learning from them, which gives me ideas, which keeps me fresh. It's never too late to learn. It's never too late to make a mistake, because that's where you develop new ideas. I try and keep myself healthy and motivated. Putting energy into my hobbies, it helps feed me as a creative person. Research is key to anything that you do in the industry. Whether you're a stylist, educator, cutter, designer, whatever you are, research is key. Education is about nurturing people and giving them confidence. Learning is about observing, taking part in practical, questioning, and listening. I was lucky to be part of the development of the lectures for the step-by-step tutorials. Putting these on the internet means that people can learn at their own time and at their own pace. These tutorials allow people to learn in small bites, and this is in line with traditional and tried methods which were developed in the 60s of teaching and learning. The web means people have time to synthesize, comprehend and evaluate. We call it the see-do method. I use this in my business alongside with hairdressers.com. What's great about it is that you learn small pieces, and then it's like going up a step ladder. You learn slowly and you build your skills and your techniques. Using the see-do technique breaks down the mechanics of doing hair cutting and hair colouring. It's always great to work as a team, and I've been very fortunate to work with some of the best team in the world. People I would like to accolade are Tim Hartley, Jill Daly, obviously Vidal Sassoon, Christopher Brooker, Russell Eaton. I would like to accolade certain colourists. These are Josh Woods, Annie Humphries and John Beeson, Charmaine Piche, Leona Curran and Tracy Hayes. Other people I've really enjoyed working with on hairdressers.com is Andreas Kirkovitz and Cristiano Lanza. The marriage between cut and colour is really, really important.